Sabbi Ahmad, come up here please. Hiya. Because I am coloured. Usually I like to do my set. Oh, there we go. Usually I like to do my set sitting on like a high stool, but I suppose even if there was a seat here, a Tory would have just taken it anyways. That's the only political joke in my set, I promise. I promise. Well, it's not high enough. Well, don't ruin my joke. Well, yeah, so how are you guys doing? You guys doing alright? Great. I'm not doing too well myself. I recently got dumped. It's been a hard 18 months, yeah. Yeah, no, we've heard that a lot tonight, haven't we? A lot of people come up to do stand-up and talk about how they're single. You get a bit of a pattern, don't you? What is it about being overly critical and overly analysing things that makes you just so undesirable to the opposite sex? I'm not sure. But yeah, well, when you get dumped, your friends, at least if you're a guy, your friends are like, oh yeah, this is great, you know, you can go out, you can get with all those girls you couldn't with when you were in a relationship, you can go out, you can get laid every night. That doesn't happen. It does not. Any of us who've been dumped here knows this, because there are two differences between when you're in a relationship and when, well, there's a lot of differences. But for the purpose of this part, there are two. So when you're in a relationship and you're at a club and there's a girl there and she smiles at you, you're like, yeah, I know you want some, I'm sorry, I'm taken, but I'm very flattered, thank you very much. You're confident because you're getting regular sex, and you have that confidence. When you're single and you go to a club, and you make eye contact with a girl and she smiles at you, what do you want? What are you laughing at? What are you looking at? What's wrong with me? And then you get nervous, go home, and have a wanking for the babe station. Much like single life. But yeah, so, well, one of my friends, he didn't actually say that. He said, you know what? Here's a new thing, it's 2015, why don't you try the internet? A lot of people have been using the internet to find people nowadays. So he gives me this website, www.findanorgy.com. And yeah, so I went on the website just to humour him, and yes, just to humour him. I was actually quite surprised with it. That's like one of those Facebook things you see on Facebook. This guy goes to an orgy, you wouldn't believe what he saw. 10 things even the experts don't know about orgies. No, well yeah, I go to the website, and it's actually quite sophisticated. You can find whatever orgy you want. You can choose who's in it, guys, girls, mixed. You can choose the size of the orgy, and they actually have restrictions on the size. If anyone was wondering what the size that constitutes an orgy, it's 6. 6 is the minimum number. But they also had a size for the highest threesome, obviously. No, they had a size for the maximum number of people you can fit into an orgy. And I asked my friend, I was like, I thought an orgy, you could just have people coming and go... you can have people coming in and leaving, and, you know, does that have to be maximum size? And he told me that apparently, if an orgy gets too big, when you start getting the same number of people entering as leaving, the orgy becomes self-sustaining. And he calls it, it's known in the sex world as the orgy critical mass. So yeah, that's the orgy part. Sorry? More on the orgies. Maybe next time. So yeah, but there's one thing I don't miss about being in a relationship, and it's haircuts. Because guys and girls treat haircuts very differently. A guy will walk into a barber's and he'll come out 10 minutes later, and people in the street can look at him and say, look at that man. His hair was slightly longer, now it's slightly shorter. He has had his hair cut, I can see that. But when a girl goes into the hairdresser's, she'll come out half an hour later, look, an hour and a half later, and she'll come home to her boyfriend, and she'll look exactly the fucking same. Exactly the same. And then, she'll stand up to him and ask like this, and she'll ask that one question that we all dread. It's, so what do you think? And suddenly, everything goes. You know, you're in this horrifying situation, like a train's coming towards you, and you have to, you know, rank up every sort of adjective you can think in your head. Okay, could it be longer? Could it be shorter? It could have changed colours. It could have changed styles. It could be more layered. Whatever the hell that means. And it's like trying to defuse a bomb, and whichever wire you cut makes the difference between you spending the night having crazy monkey sex because she appreciates you so much with the handcuffs and the spanking and the blindfolds and the anal sex that you pretend you enjoy but you really don't, because it makes it kind of hard to sit down for the next few days, and you really regret agreeing to buy that strap-on with her. Whatever you say makes the difference between that and well, yeah, spending the rest of the night having a crank to babe station. Thank you very much.